now you feel like you can fly. I got you sprung off in the springtime. Don't need no free time.
Hey guys, today we're going to be restyling my first Lina doll. I just realized that 5 seconds ago. I've never even seen Lina's character in the show, but then again, maybe I have. Yeah, how you guys doing? I'm super excited about this restyle. It's not perfect, but again, like I said in my last video, perfection is never something that I aim to achieve. She's definitely one of my new favorites though. I think she's up there with Zoe, Julia, Veronica, and Naomi. Yeah, she's up there for sure. You guys know I love dolls with like darker features, black hair, black gothic looking clothing. And again, I've never seen Lina before and I would love to get more versions of her. Immediately after opening her, I realized that she has really nice high quality nylon, which I definitely expected because the dark nylon that MGA uses these days tends to be of a higher quality than the lighter ones for whatever reason. Looking at her face, I also realized how much of a looker she is. It's definitely one of my favorite screenings like ever in a doll. And again, this is kind of what I expected, and this is indicative of what I was hoping BRATZ and really dolls in general would look like in this day and age. I'm not going to be using soap or shampoo to wash her hair. Just going to rinse it out and make sure that I get all of this I was going to say the soap residue, but make sure I get all of the glue residue and, you know, thoroughly comb that through. You know, it's very simple. Well, I'm using like, I would say warm to hot water. It's kind of strange because, you know, she came with a ponytail, right? But then there are some dolls that come with ponytails, but then they're like really sparsely rooted. And the excuse is because they have a ponytail style, but she's pretty densely rooted. Besides, you know, the fact that I don't know if I accidentally cut her hair. I don't think I did that. I think it came like that. I was a little devastated because it kind of messed the restyle up a little bit. But again, perfection is not something that's ever gonna happen over here. But yeah, the red ended up being chopped off for some reason and I had to pluck the rest out. I will be giving her a trim. You guys know that stresses me out so much, and this was no exception because, you know, I really wanted to do her justice. And in fact, I got her a few weeks ago, but I really wanted to come up with a restyle that I was really proud of and that I felt like was indicative of a fairy. You know, I don't know, I just didn't want to do something simple and boring. And it is kind of same old that I always do. I'm always going to do half up, half down. That's never going to die. But yeah, I try to do a little bit of innovation this time, and it didn't really translate well. Partially, like I said, due to the fact that those red stripes in her hair were cut. But I definitely know how to properly execute this style in a better way in the future, should I ever do it again. With Lina's hair type, you really don't have to do a boil wash, but again, this is my first Lina doll and I'm still kind of experimenting. I'm always trying new things out. You could have just used warm water, or maybe you do have to boil wash her hair. I don't think you do though. I think warm or hot water will suffice and you will still get those silky results. Now this was interesting because I let her set out to dry, right? But then I came back an hour later and I checked on it and it was like poofy and I was like scared. But then I checked again another hour later and it was like it calmed down and it got back flat again. So, you know, it's a very strange thing. That's why I'm always experimenting, because I think that every doll is different. And in a way, I kind of like that. That kind of brings an exciting element to it. You know, that element of unpredictability. But it really does stress me out because, of course, I prefer silky results regardless. And when it comes to BRATZ, I prefer the hair to be like choppy at the ends like that. I've always been a fan of like choppy hair since a child, you know. Actually, this doll right here, her hair is not so choppy. It's more of a natural kind of like layered look. Not really though, but maybe a little bit. But I feel like BRATZ always have like choppy hair in the shows and in the movies and stuff. It's just like a straight cut across. I kind of massacred my test doll. Yeah, she's been going through it, but I've since this video restored her back to her straight bust down middle part. But yeah, she went through it in order for me to test this style. It's very intricate because you have to follow a certain system of steps in order to get it to be the way that I wanted it to be. So during last week's Restyle, I was watching The Twilight Zone on Amazon Prime because that's what I paid for, but they took it off. Like, can you believe that? But I found an alternative, and the show is called Alfred Hitchcock. And I know that's like a classic figure, you know, but that was the first that I've ever seen of him. And I really like the show. It's very similar to The Twilight Zone. I think it's older, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, those older shows that are black and white, the acting is always really good. I love the way they do like the set design and just like how they make it feel so believable. It's really cool, and it makes me really like wish I was like, well, I mean, I guess if I was living during that time, I definitely wouldn't be an actor. Let's be real. But let me know what shows you guys are currently watching at the moment. I tend to not be able to watch hour-long episode shows. It's just too engaging, I feel like. But I love shows that are like Black Mirror, for example. You know, every episode is different characters and a different plot, a different storyline. And I don't have to be so engaged.
Not afraid of being alone. It's a thrill I've never known. But hold me as we watch the stars. A journey with you to Mars. Celestial.
If you try to execute this restyle, it'll probably be a little bit difficult to follow via this video. I did a lot of like separation of parts. You know, I separated like the front part and like I put a lot of rubber bands, and it got kind of messy. For me, of course, I understand what's going on and what I'm looking at, but for somebody who's trying to emulate it or replicate it, give it a try and send me a DM and show me a picture of it. I would love to see your version of it. And that goes for all of my restyles or any of them. Like I would love to see your versions of something that I've done. I think that'll be really cool. I'm adding 6 braids on each side. 3 of the braids are gonna go on one ponytail, and then the other 3 are gonna cross over and go to the back middle ponytail. And I really wanted to kind of make it like a basket pattern, like they were interweaved with each other. That's what I was going for. But again, due to the colorization of everything, it didn't really translate super well. But you can kind of see it. One side ended up looking better than the other.
I ain't gonna waste much time. If there's something that I got to say, could I be under your spell? Cause I ain't never felt this way. Oh, you make my heart beat faster. Do things I wouldn't do. Lately I got one thing on my mind, and that is you. Got my head in the clouds so my feet can touch the ground. Everything gets better, baby, when you come around.
As you can see here, I'm making all of the braids like loop through each other, and that's like the best way I could describe it. It's like a crosshatch, fishnet, basket weave, whatever is more applicable. So here I decided to give this look a try. I ended up scrapping it. I wasn't a fan of it. It just came off as like very childish and elementary for me. I think it was partially because of the fact that her hair was like sticking up too much. And if I had like waited overnight, it probably would have fallen a little bit more. But I didn't want the ponytails to stick up that far off of her head. So I ended up taking those out. And by doing that, I ended up discovering this really cool crimped-like effect. And it gave her a lot of volume. You'll see in a couple of seconds, I went back the next day and refined it and made it appear more intentional. But once again, I rinsed her hair with hot water, and this is the result of that. So right now, I'm trying to find a color match for her wings, and I found the perfect ribbon. I was originally going to use the ribbon and make it into a headband. I don't think I liked the way that looked anyway. So you'll see what I ended up doing with that purple ribbon. Now I'm also picking out some charms that I want to use and put on her head. I think, you know, it can be viewed as a little childish and maybe tacky to some people, but I just wanted to give a little bit of a pop of color, just something different to look at. You know, her hair is already really dark, and the black and the red, it's just kind of hard to see the restyle. So I just wanted to add a little more interest to it. And so here I am right now. Like I said earlier, I went back and I refined those braids and those crimps. Yeah, those crimps. Yeah, and it worked beautifully. So now she's coming together, and my favorite at least, and I think she's gorgeous. You know, I try to do a lot of innovative things and things that I haven't done before. And again, to my credit, I was gypped because her hair is not symmetrical on both sides. So I did what I could, but I am really proud of my work, and I hope that you guys like her as well. I am super excited about this line of BRATZ dolls and also the other ones that they're releasing. Oh my gosh, I'm like, I have to do so many restyles, but I'm not gonna like, you know, pressure myself to do restyles when I don't feel the need to for every doll. So some of them I might not do restyles with, but yes, I think the next video, it won't be a BRATZ video next time. I am gonna open my Frankie doll. I'm so excited. It's about time. I've been looking at her for months and I'm ready to open her up. It's like one of my grail dolls. So I'm gonna do that video next. But yes, for this video, let me know how you feel about the restyle. I hope that this was like satisfying to watch. I hope that you got some inspo. And again, if you give this restyle a try, show it to me. Let me know how it goes. And yeah, it's really late right now. You guys know I used to edit these videos super late at night, and I used to be like so sluggish towards the end, and that's how I feel right now. I want this out on Sunday morning, and I'm gonna get it out on Sunday morning. So that'll be it for now. But I love you guys, and I will see you in Frankie's video. Toodles!